Rise. As you know, I'm your host, Michael W. Pleasant. This week, Philly on the Rise finds us in the Germantown section of Philadelphia at the 7165. And let me correct myself, we're actually in Chestnut Hill, Philadelphia, 7165 Lounge, where there's a wonderful event happening this evening. Let's go check it out.
So if you know the song, come on, put your hands like this. I don't see y'all clapping. Y'all not stuck too sedity. You can't clap your hands. Thank you, Miss in the back.
We're now joined by Kenyatta Johnson. He represents the 2nd District here in Philadelphia, and he's here enjoying the festivities of Lee Monument and the ceremonies that are going on. Kenyatta, welcome to Philly on the Rise.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How you feeling? Doing good? You're looking dapper? Looking dapper?
Very much.
What brought you out this afternoon?
I came here this evening to support Lee Monument.
Okay.
He's been a strong supporter of my Peace Not Guns program. So I met him 7 years ago, and we were having our first annual Peace Not Guns Memorial Basketball game.
Yeah.
He donated the trophies for our event. So from that point forward, we developed not only a business relationship, but also a friendship. So I'm just here to support him this evening.
Okay.
And be a support for this event.
Peace Not Guns is an annual event, and how do we find out? How do we be a part of Peace Not Guns?
Peace Not Guns is a program that I started in 1998 as president of some of my friends were murdered in the streets of South Philadelphia. So from there we started a movement called Peace Not Guns. We teach young people conflict resolution, anger management, and anti-street education. But also we have a signature event, which is our annual Peace Not Guns Memorial Basketball game.
Okay.
That's the game that we support us by supporting us with trophies and supporting us.
Yeah, I know that you represent Southwest Philly, some other parts of the city. Let's talk
South
about
Philly as well as
what's new and exciting? What's going on in your district that you're most proud of?
First and foremost, I have a district that's very, very diverse. It's a microcosm of the city of Philadelphia. So we have more than 15 different neighborhoods with different issues and concerns. First and foremost, we want to make sure that all young people get a quality education. Also, we focus on making sure that individuals have jobs, but also making sure that every neighborhood in the second councilmatic district is a neighborhood where everyone can live and raise their family.
Mr. Kenyatta Johnson, thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
So,
keep up the good work.
Yeah, it's going to be a good evening, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, you going to get in there and cut a rug?
Of course I am.
So now we're actually joined by Lynn Ellis. He is the funeral director of the Lynn Ellis Funeral Home down on Risington Avenue in Hunting Park section of Philadelphia. He's actually receiving an award here tonight. So he's taking some time out of his schedule to join us on Philly on the Rise. Mr. Ellis,
Yes,
thanks a lot for joining us.
my pleasure.
So let's talk about the business. Let's talk about your business. And families come in, they're grieving, they're upset. How do you handle that situation?
Well, I mean, it is a business, but we try to handle it in a very delicate and very sensitive way. People suffer the great loss, and you know, and so you have to be very cautious, and you have to be very aware of how you approach and how you deal with folks that have suffered a loss.
Okay. And I know that you do offer grieving services.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. What are the grieving services?
Well, we have 3 ministers that we have on staff, and we got about 4 other ministers that we have on call that come to help the family through the loss.
Okay.
Because it's 5 stages.
Yeah.
And they slowly take each and every one of our families through the grieving process.
Are you saying there's 5 stages of grieving?
Yep, 5 stages of grieving.
Okay, what are those
That's right.
5 stages of grieving?
Well, I mean, it's the denial, the guilt,
Yes.
the despair, and depression.
Okay.
I mean, they all roll into one. And, and you have to deal with each one of them very properly.
Okay, sure.
In order to get past the loss and to move on with life.
Okay. So you've been in business for how many years?
I've been in business about 25 years.
25 years.
25
You've been
years.
dealing with Lee Monument at least 10 of those years.
Absolutely.
Okay, what made you want to actually work with Lee Monument Company?
Well, you know, Lee been a part of our business for a lot more than, I mean, I've been in business 25 years, been in a funeral director for 30. But Lee, you know, Jimmy been around us forever. So
Okay, yeah.
once he opened up the monuments, it was just a no-brainer to just start up with him because he understands what we do.
Sure.
We know what he does.
Okay.
So it's a good man.
Okay, almost like a win-win situation.
A win-win situation.
Understood. Thanks a lot, Mr. Ellis.
Not a problem.
Yeah, thanks for all your work, and we'll talk to you soon.
He's the youngest councilman in the 2nd Council District of Philadelphia. Let's give him a hand clap for that. And he's been doing amazing things. And I know him and Lee has had a great relationship. With me being special events coordinator, I have worked with Lee in the past with his Peace Not Guns initiative that Councilman Johnson has started many, many years ago. And we're just here to celebrate. We're celebrating with Lee. We're celebrating with Councilman Kenyatta Johnson. And I just want to introduce to most of you in here, Councilman Kenyatta Johnson.
Well, I am truly honored and privileged to be here this evening to accept this award from Lee Monument Company. I remember it was 7 years ago when I first established an initiative called Peace Not Guns. We started a memorial basketball game where the young people in South Philadelphia would play members of the Philadelphia Police Department. I actually started the program in 1998 after a cousin of mine and about 7 of my friends were murdered in a 2-year time period, and so it's a program that has been very dear to me, specifically focusing on addressing the issue of youth gun violence amongst African American young men. And so somebody took some time out of their schedule and kind of pulled me to the side and said, hey young man, you don't have to stand on the corner, you don't have to get involved in games, you can do something with your life. And so after my cousin was murdered, I made a commitment to focus on addressing that issue, even beyond me being elected. If I wasn't elected, I would still be out on the street preaching a mission of peace, not guns, encouraging young men to follow their dreams as opposed to standing on the corner. And I remember doing this over 7 years ago when I had the opportunity to meet Jim. I think the first time, I was his customer, but if I'm correct, I think you donated the trophies. He gave me the trophies for the basketball game. I remember very, very clearly. And so, beyond the business relationship that we have developed a friendship. So he would call me every now and then, encourage me, tell me to keep my head up, keep doing the work that I'm doing. And so I just want to say thank you, keep up the good work. And it's not oftentimes that vendors take time out to show their appreciation. I'm like right now I'm thinking about switching my Sprint bill because I'm like, I had this bill I had Sprint service for about at least 10 years, right? And I had to call their manager one day on corporate and say, y'all gonna ever give like some type of incentive or show your appreciation? So listen, I truly appreciate this, bro. Keep up the good work. And I want to also say this, I gotta put a plug out for African American businesses. Go downtown, we go to Chestnut Hill, but I want to encourage you to spend your money with African American businesses. And I will also say this about Lee Monument Company. They are a very high quality customer service business. We've never had a problem getting our trophies on time, not the day of or at the last minute. He's always on point in terms of making sure that I have what I need to service my constituents. So again, I want to say thank you and God bless. And to Team Lee Monument, y'all all look very, very dapper. The presentation is, elegant, and so keep up the good work, because that's what it's all about. So I appreciate it.